We here, baby. What's good? Oh, that light looks good for this room to be dark. Nate, what's up, man? Appreciate you, boss. Hey, Kamira. Hey, Saw Life. That's funny, Saw Life. I have old videos when I was on camera, but when I first started YouTube, so long ago, 6 months ago, it was so long. Oh my gosh. Nah. Thank you for joining us. I'm trying to send out some messages. Hey, what's up, Kim? Kim was just on live. It was lit over there. She was talking about the coronavirus and music, which I'm not kidding about that music. I'm really about to show y'all what I was talking about. Hold on. I need to tweet out this link real quick. Are y'all ready to hear? Man, you better tell your daughter I'm the king, bro. You better talk to her. She better get up on this. Hey, Deanna. Y'all ever see y'all ready to hear this story about my house party? I threw a house party in middle school in the middle of the day. Y'all ready to hear this? Hey, Picky Dell. Let me try to get this the link for this video real quick. Put it in my link tree. Thank you, Deanna. We are in here. All right, let me get the link. Don't y'all wish you could play the music in live streams? I would be up in here playing that Meg right now. Oh, Kamira, thank you. Follow me on Twitter. All right. I'm sorry about that. I do want to hop right into this thing, but first I do have to prove a point because I definitely said I wasn't joking about that Meg Thee Stallion song. I'm gonna show y'all this. My boss thought I was crazy. I work with nothing but black people, black men, and they thought I had lost my mind the day I heard that Meg song. I came to work pumped up. I listened to that song 6 times on the way to work. He was like, "Bro, you tripping?" Like, bro, I mean, it's all right, but you tripping. I was like, "Nah, bro, this is the best song, bro." Nope, it wasn't National Skip Day. That's a funny thing. We used to have senior skip day in my school, and I skipped every single year except for when I was a senior. If I did weird reviews, it'd be lucrative. Hold on, I'm gonna find this Meg tweet because I was tweeting about this thing all day long. Dang, well, it was a long time ago. That song came out so long ago. I'm getting close. Yeah, I used to I was not the best kid growing up, and I'm gonna explain that to y'all a little bit in this story. This was probably, I don't know, this was easily one of the craziest things I did. We used to steal, break into cars, run through the neighborhood, fighting, sneaking out the crib to hook up with girls. I hope my mom's not watching this. She probably not. She don't support me. She don't care. Dang it, bro. I can't find it. All right, I don't want to hold up this live stream talking about nonsense. Hold on, what are y'all talking about? With permission. Well, obviously Tupac's was better, but I just love that song. I just understand what she's talking about. I get it. I feel you. I feel you, Meg. Like I just like relatable music. I feel you, girl. I'm still looking for it. Yeah, I can't help myself. Oh, it went that far back. I don't think it was that far back. Never mind. I can't find it. Anywho, because I don't think I can search through my tweets. Nope. All right. So let's get straight to it. So this week's story time. Last week, story time with my cousin and stuff went very well. A lot of people received it pretty well. I was getting family members that I don't even normally watch my videos, watched it, and I was like, "Dang, this is fun, bro." I really appreciated that. So we gotta come back and like one up. Every single week, I gotta one it up with another crazy story from my life. So now I was like, I was in middle school for sure. I was in middle school for sure, and I remember because of like where we lived at the particular time. So in this neighborhood, we had a bunch of kids that was my age, but they lived probably about a half a mile, maybe a mile away. And that was typically when where we always, had fun. And as a kid, like a mile ain't crazy far. You just hop on your bike and you out. Right across the street, I hung out with this family. They were older family, and which one of them could be watching this or at least the replay because he was involved in this. But it was an older family. They had a daughter who was like my age, so I was about 12, 13 years old, and then everybody else was 15, 16, 17, 18, and like 21. That's the age groups that we working with here. My house was the house in the neighborhood. Like we was living in the hood, but we was living in the hood, but we had like a really nice house. Everybody in the neighborhood had a nice home, but we had like a really, really nice house. And in our house we had a game room. So the game room was like lit, bro. I had everybody in the neighborhood going crazy in the game room. They loved the game room. It was like so we had a pool table in there. I'm gonna explain to you. I had a pool table, so that automatically makes like everybody want to come over to the crib. We had a pool table in there. We also had a TV, and it was way before like flat screen TVs. It was a big TV, but it was like mounted on the wall. It was in the corner, and my stepdad had like put this wood base on the corner. He like engineered some ghetto rig stuff, put the TV up in the corner. Off to the sides was the Nintendo, the game system section, DVD. Then we had surround systems all around the room. So the room was like crazy. And everybody wanted to be in the crib, bro. It was like always crazy. So something y'all don't know about me is when I was a kid, I was very bad. I used to not even. I used to be on punishment year round. My mom got to the point where she was just like, "You're on punishment until I say so." Like she wouldn't say you're on punishment for 2 weeks or you're on punishment for this long. It was just you're on punishment until I say so. And I would always get in trouble while on punishment, so it just kept extending, extending, extending. It was only 2 times of the year I was getting off punishment. On my birthday, I got off punishment, and at Christmas time, I got off punishment. Or anytime I was living in North Carolina, so anytime we came back to Alabama, I typically left Alabama off punishment because she can't stop me from hanging out with my cousins, stop me from watching TV, etc. And so, so my mom was well, I mean say we was in the hood, we was close to the hood, and the people in the neighborhood was hood. I used to tell my mom we was rich. We was middle class, and I was like, we ain't rich. We kind of like you got middle class, and then you got like poor. I was like, but we at the bottom of the middle class. My mom like, no, we're poor. I was like, nah, we got pool table. We rich. We lit out here in the hood. But it was a little bit middle class. She had a good job. They had a good job. She was working at Wells Fargo Home Mortgage at the time. So dang, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so I was on punishment year round, like nonstop punishment. And it was always a running joke in my neighborhood. Like they had to beg and ask for me to get off punishment just so I could play basketball in the street. Cause I was never like I literally was legit on punishment year round. Every time I went to school, I was getting suspended for this or for that. Every time I was not in school, I was getting in trouble at home for some goofy stuff. So we were like this was I think it was the summertime. And yeah, it was the summertime. And it was just, the summertime, a lot of people start like visiting their family members. So it's extra or more kids in the neighborhood than usual. And everybody was older than me. I was probably 13. Everybody was older than me. I was by far the youngest person popping. Like I was the youngest person in the neighborhood, but everybody was always hanging out with me. So I was always lit, bro. I was always cool. Nah. So it was like a random Tuesday, like Deanna earlier. Got it going up on a Tuesday, bro. We had the crib going up. So it started with like, hey Jamal, we was playing basketball, it was like midday, whatever. It was like 12 o'clock. My parents didn't get off of work until 5. They worked an hour and a half away, plus they only had one car, so they had to go pick each other up. So they usually didn't get home until like 7, 8 o'clock sometimes. So it was like 12 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, somebody was like, hey man, let's play pool. I had people over the house every day, bro. Don't tell my mama this. I had people over the house every day playing pool. We was in there going crazy every day playing pool. And because we had the TV and we had the surround system, I would always blast loud music, open the back door, open the front door, and people would just be in and out, in and out, in and out. And I would just be in there waxing everybody in pool, or I'll be walking around, eating, chilling, whatever, right? So this particular time, it wasn't just like the fellas, like it was always just like the guys from across the street. They was coming over, we was chilling, but some girls came to the neighborhood. We ain't had that many girls in our neighborhood. It was girls from like down the block. They came to the neighborhood, and so now it was like 2 twins, this older girl who was like 16, 17. It was probably like 5 or 6 girls in the house. And then it was like 6 or 7 dudes in the house. And we was in the house chilling, bro. We was in the house watching BET. And it was like midday. We was watching BET videos. I'm like, got the music blasting, going ham. And so that's funny, Kim. So we was in there going in, man. And I remember this so clearly. We had all the music jamming. And at one point, do y'all remember that David Banner song, Run? Oh, I think it was called, man, what was the name of that song? Let me see. I don't want to say the name. What was it called? Play. Hoo, 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 hoo. Do y'all remember that song, bruh? I, as a kid, when did that song come out? It's way more. Dang, bro, when did that song come out? Let me see. Just to give me a good. When did this song come out? July 2005. So I was like, "Hey, August, what's up?" I was like, July 2005, bro. This was July too. So I was like 14. I was like 14, 15 years old. So this David Banner play came out and they was playing it over and over and over and over again on BT. And I remember like this is the first time like as a kid I'm just watching a music video like, oh my god, bro, this is crazy. Like, but I was playing that like super loud in the crib and the older girls they start dancing and twerking. I'm in my house like this is nuts, bro. It like quickly turned into like a house party. Cause normally, like I said, it'll be a couple guys, 2 or 3 guys come over. We playing pool, we playing video games and stuff. But these girls just like literally turned it up to the next notch, like out of nowhere. Nah, I just Googled that. Heck nah, my memory ain't that good. Um, so I was like, oh my gosh, bro. Like I was in the crib chilling. Normally we be chilling, we be playing the game, everything cool, copacetic. A combination of having David Banner play and a bunch of horny teenage girls at the house. They just start twerking, they dancing, they shaking booties, and I was in the crib like, oh my god! I was literally in the corner like, oh my god, bro, this is crazy! Like, oh my god, bro, like, oh. I was watching this, and we was we was in there for a long time just dancing, just partying. And people was coming in and out. So people coming out the back door, in the back door, they smoking weed in the back of the house. They drinking, we chilling. Bro, and this is in the middle of the day, bro. I probably got my crib up to like 12 or 15 people in the neighborhood in the middle of the day. Like it was no Twitter, it's nothing, no kind of social media to get your neighborhood popping like this. Just word of mouth, straight word of mouth. So we in the house chilling. And I wasn't like, I thought one of the twins was fine and I wanted to holler at her, but I never talked to her before she went to school with me. No, she was coming from out of town. I never hollered at her. I was scared. Back then I had a lot of I wasn't good at talking to people. Not at even a little bit. So I just try to play it cool by being a nice guy. While I'm watching her sister and her cousin dancing all over the place, I'm like, dang, bro, this is crazy. So my house is like literally turned into the playhouse. So people like start hooking up. They leaving the house to go elsewhere so they can go do their thing. And I'm like, bro, this is outrageous. And so this is going on for hours and hours and hours. And I won't even drag this week's story time out super long. Excuse me. This is going on for hours and people coming in and out. Nah, I didn't have them in there. They was in the back. So they was in the back of the house. But and I ain't had no control. Like what was going on, I had no control over. This is literally like any TV house show you ever seen, TV house party you ever seen. I had no control over it. I had 2 people in my house, 2 turned into 12. I didn't invite nobody. I didn't even invite the 2. Like I invite nobody over here. I just open the door, say, oh, you want to play pool? Let's play pool. Excuse me. And I'm gonna merge this story with a different story too from that neighborhood. So we was there, bro, and I'm in the hood. I was in the neighborhood with all these street dudes and stuff. And so we in the house chilling. I might merge it with another story, but we was in the house chilling. And so like the afternoon is like 2 o'clock now. This started at like 12, it's like 2, 3 o'clock. And the two of the twins, or one of the twins, wanted to go home. She was like, I need to go home, but I don't want to walk that far by myself. My cousin already left because she went with such and such boy. And I don't want to go by myself. And I was like, oh, I'll walk you, no problem. So I leave my house with like 10 individuals in the crib. I just leave. I leave my house and walk like this girl about half a mile home. And I'm walking with her. In my head, I'm thinking like, this is my chance. Like, I'm the nice guy. She's the cute girl. I could do this. I could talk to her. Maybe we can kiss or something. I was like, this is it. This is my moment. Nicki Minaj. Wish I could have this moment for life. I was like, I got it. I got it. So I walked this girl all the way home just for her to be like, all right, thanks, bye. I was like, dang. So I walked all the way back. I walked all the way back another half a mile home. So I walked a total of a mile for this chick. And I left 10 people in the house. What do y'all think happened when I got back? What do you think was possibly going on when I got back? Any guesses? Any? I think my chat moving slow, or it might even disable. I can't see nothing. Yes, we are always 100% always play. That's what men do. See, you bet the house was destroyed. So like I'm walking back, and no, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. Another girl, I wish I had that kind of luck. So I'm gonna keep it real. I really thought like on my way home, I wasn't even thinking about the house. I wouldn't think about no trouble. I was just like, "Hmm, I'm good. I was like, she didn't talk to me. I just walked home defeated, head down, like kicking rocks. Uh excuse me. So excuse me. So here's what happened. I got back to the house. It was calm. It was cool. It was actually less people there than when I left. So when I left, people was kind of coming and going, but like I said, I left the door open. People was in the middle of a pool game. I walked shorty to the crib. I came back, and it was probably like 4 or 5 people in the house. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I decided to come in, and I never would spend any time in the living room. I can explain to you how the house was set up. You walk into the house, to the right were the stairs, to the left was the living room where you could see the couch immediately. You walk a little bit further back, straight ahead was the bathroom, off to the right was the game room. So like everybody's in the game room, in and out. For the first time, probably the first time in the entire day, I literally had just got back, and I just sat down on the couch. And then like the two girls that was probably like the only two girls remaining in the house, they just came and sat down, and they was just talking to me. I don't know for what reason. I don't know what we was talking about. I don't know what they wanted to talk about. Whatever. We were just sitting there on the couch, just chilling, talking. And next thing you know, the front door opened, and my mom and stepdad walked in the house, and I'm sitting on the couch with two pretty girls. Like at 14 years old, my mom and stepdad walked in the house like, boom, boom. And my mom, like, I didn't explain this to y'all. My mom was not the one, bro. She was not the one to play with, especially not when I was a kid, bro. She was always trying to whoop me. She was yelling. She was fussing. She was My mom was crazy, bro. So this is not the scenario you want to happen, like, period. If y'all remember, y'all know that black woman that's been all in Tyler Perry movies? That was my mama 10, 15 years ago. That black woman that always screaming, yelling loud, that was my mama. So she was like, she walked in the crib. Like, I mean, literally when I got back. I don't even, like, 2 minutes after I got back. I missed this by 2 minutes. 2 minutes after I got back, my mom walked into the house. And I always been thinking about this since I was a kid. Like, imagine if she would have came 5 minutes earlier, how even crazier this would have been. So she comes in, she see her 14-year-old son sitting on the couch with two girls that's older than him. And she was like, oh, what? She just started going. She was like, oh, hell no. And my stepdad grabbed her. And he was like, no. He was like, don't. And then he told me, he said, come into the bathroom. Come into the living room. And he was like, and the girls got up, they dipped out. And my stepdad told her, I just literally called my mom to confirm because I don't remember what happened. Like, they walked in, my mind went blank. Like, I went dumbfounded. I was like, you think of that meme, like, oh, like I could have done it, passed out. I was like, oh. And so I was so scared. So she walks into the house, my stepdad, because she bust into, like, because the door was already open. The door was already open. The screen door was closed. And well, it was like a glass door. The screen door was already closed, but it was music playing super, super loud, like a party. So my mom like walked in, and the first thing she was like, turn this doggone music. And she was like, what? Oh, I know that. And then my stepdad grabbed her, like, going to the bathroom. And then, like, she was like, you better not. He told her, don't yell at him while these two girls are on the couch. You pull him into the kitchen. So now he pulled me in the kitchen. My stepdad like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. All right, nothing. I was just in here. People started coming, and then, like a terrible poor kid excuse. I'm like, I don't know. And then this just and my mom was like, get these people out of my house now. I was like, okay. And I was like, hey, guys, you gotta go. Like, I'm sorry. Everybody gotta go. Everybody gotta go. Sorry, guys, you gotta go. Like, that's how every house party goes in TV shows, where either the house get torn up or the parents walk in on a party. That literally happened. She goes, you get these people out of my house right now. I was like, all right. And I get them all out the house. And I was like, see you guys later. Bye. I probably don't think I've seen them people ever again. I don't think I ever seen them girls again. They got me in so much trouble. But what could you do? I was already on punishment. I'm on punishment all year long. I was already on punishment. And she was just like, she almost lost her mind. So once everybody left, my stepdad was like, you just be jamming when we ain't at home, huh? You just be having people in and out the house. Like, this is a doggone party house, huh? And my mom was like, what's wrong with you? You got these girls up in the house. I was like, nothing was going on. And in my head, I'm really thinking, like, y'all don't even know I just got here. Like, I literally just left, bro. Like, in my house, like, God dang. So after that situation, obviously I was on punishment forever. Nobody was allowed to come over no more. No, at like no time of the day was people allowed to come over. The game room got shut down. Game room shut down forever after that. Got me in trouble, bro. So then I'm gonna tell y'all. Nah, I probably won't tell that story. That's incriminating. I won't tell about that. I do have another story, but Not gonna tell a story about. Don't want to incriminate myself here. I don't care about telling those type of stories. So, have y'all ever thrown a house party? Have y'all ever got caught? Or I know Kim ain't thrown no house party. Y'all ever throw a party, and your parents didn't know about it? I feel like this thing is moving super slow. I feel like y'all are chatting way more than it's showing me. Let me get on my phone and look. Tell you how I changed from being bad? Oh, I could do that. Oh, all right. There's a reason behind it too. I can definitely tell you that. There's a reason behind it too. Whoa, that's weird. I snuck girls in all the time. Saw life all the time. Shh, don't tell nobody. I remember one time we had my stepbrother used to live with us. I was at my stepbrother's. I mean, my stepbrother was living with us for a while, and he was in town. And I remember I started dating this older chick in the neighborhood. She wasn't very cute. She wasn't very cute. And if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I apologize. I doubt she's watching this. I haven't seen that girl in however long. So so one time I was like, I'm leaving. Like it was super late at night. And I was tasting this girl, and she was like, "Yeah, you should come over, whatever." And I was like, "Okay, I'll come over." So I'm like, I'm finna get out the house. My plan to get out the house is to sneak through the back door because the front door is loud. It squeak real loud, but also the back door, you cannot really hear it when you upstairs. And my parents upstairs sleep, so I'm like, you can't really hear the back door. So I put some clothes on. I sneak down the stairs, and my stepbrother's in the game room. That was my way out. The game room was the way out. So I was like, shoot. And I'm like, I knew he was not gonna trip. I was like, bro, I'm gonna holler at this girl, bro. I'll be back. Just cover for me. And he was like, you'll be back? He was like, you ain't going to talk to no girl, man. I was like, yes, I am, bro. Shut up. He was older, so he was like, encourage me. He was like, go ahead, bro. I was like, all right, I'm out. I'll be back. So I go to this girl's house, and like I told y'all, I was like 14, 15 years old. I was like 13, 14 years old. She was like 15, 16 years old. Bro, she was so much more advanced than me. I had no idea. I was just like some young, innocent kid. I go over there, we was in her backyard doing all this grown folk stuff. And then actually was doing some crazy stuff. And we get to the I leave, I go back. My brother was like, what happened? I was like, nah, that's it, bro. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Chilling. I go back up to my room and whatnot. I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning. This was a Saturday night. I wake up the next morning and it's time for church. And yeah, she knew how old I was. So I go back to I like wake up in the morning. I go to I wake up in the morning and it's time to go to church. And I go into the bathroom and I got hickey on my neck. And it was huge, bro. Like this big. Remember them things? I ain't seen them in like 10 years, bro. Like hickeys are we was just kissing, yeah. But them things is like them things is like extinct, bro. I had this big old hickey on my neck, and I was like, "Oh snap, bro!" I tried to put on a turtleneck, like I tried to put on a sweater for church. I tried to put on a sweater, and my mom, but this is such a bad lie, bro. My mom was like, "What is that on your neck?" I was like, "Huh? On my neck?" I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about?" She was like, you let some girl suck on your neck. She's like, I'm sick of this. Blah, blah, blah. She started going off. I was like, Oh no. So I was like, huh? My neck. I was like, what is it? And she was like, it looked like a hickey to me. You let some girl do this to you? And I was like, no, And my stepdad like, I don't think Jamal like let no girl. He was always on my side. I think now looking back, I think he was just taking my back. He was covering up for me. But she was like, I don't think Jamal would like is messing with girls like that. And I was like, thank you. I don't got no girlfriend. I don't talk to no girl. I was like, I got elbowed yesterday. I got elbowed in the neck playing basketball and it got bruised. So that's what happened. Like, this ain't no hickey. She elbowed me in the neck. And, I got elbowed in the neck and that's where I got the bruise from. Like, as an adult now, bro, this makes no sense. This makes no logical sense, bro. None, none whatsoever. I got elbowed. I wanted y'all to take me to the doctor because I couldn't really breathe that well, but I just said I'll just sleep it off and just see. I ain't know it's gonna bruise like that though. I didn't know. I didn't know. And my mom was like, I'm sick of this. Anytime my stepdad like anytime my stepdad like he would like take up for me, my mom would just drop it. And I was like, thank you, man. In my head, I was saying thank you. I was like, yeah, man, I wasn't talking to no girl. Yeah, I know, right? So so um so that happened. But Kim asked me, how did I change from being bad? So it started with in high school, no, in middle school, I was getting in a lot of trouble at this one school. I was getting suspended. I was missing 40 plus days a year in school. I was getting suspended. Every time I came back to school, I was getting suspended for something else. I was acting up. I got in plenty of fights. I had restraining orders against me. I had I had to go to court. I had probation. I had what is it called? I got suspended. I had to go to court and I had to do community service for hitting the teacher, a female teacher. Oh yeah, I was really bad. I had to do community service at Goodwill. That's when I remember that's how I learned the word miscellaneous. We had to sort different stuff out and it was like, this is where clothes go, this is where toys go, this is where books go, and this card's for miscellaneous. What does that mean? That just mean anything else. I was like, oh, okay. So when you that bad, you ain't even that smart. So I was like, what's miscellaneous? Restraining order. Restraining order was bogus, to keep it real. So in this class, we had this fat dude who was like always antagonizing people, and he got beat up in class. And then I was about to beat him up. They called security, and I picked up the desk. You know them desks that like got the desk and the chair connected to it. I picked it up and I threatened to hit him with it. I was 5'5" in 5th grade. So at like in 7th grade or 8th grade, whatever this was, in 7th, 8th grade, I was like 6'1". I was like 6'6" 6'1" or something like that. I picked up this desk and I threatened to hit the kid with it in French class because our teacher name was Dr. Nagumbo. And they told me they carried me out and I had to leave. And I told them like on some thug stuff like, I'm gonna get you, bro. I'm gonna get you. And I was like, I'm gonna get you, bro. And so we was sitting in like in school suspension, ISS, and me and the dude that had tried to fight him was like, bro, I'm gonna get that fat dude. I'm gonna punch that fat dude in his face. We said some other F words that's not politically correct no more. It's like, I'm gonna punch that fat F word in the face. And I was like, I'm gonna get him. And so after class, my homeboy ran up on him and just stole off. He just wow, punched him in the face on the school parking lot. And I walked up on him, "What's up, bro? What's up?" And I swung. He swung back, and I missed. Low key, like real talk, I missed. I didn't hit him. And I swung a couple more times, and I just didn't like that kid, bro. I didn't like how he act. So um it's like a couple weeks later, his mom put a restraining order on me and the other dude. Like we wasn't able to be nowhere near him or around him. They said that I had beat him up and that I wasn't able to be around him no more. So I mean, like I said, that was real bogus. I didn't really do much to deserve that. The court thing, real talk, the school was kind of after me. They was trying to get me in trouble because some of the stuff that I did wasn't nearly as bad as the punishments were. So anywho, long story short, I got a teacher named Miss Jackson. I got kicked out. Well, now maybe I'll tell you that story for another time. But I was in a class with this lady, and she was the meanest, old, dirtiest doodoo head. That's how we talked in school. She was the worst person I ever met as far as a teacher go. I can't even remember her name, but it was a situation where she was trying to kick me out of her class, and I was chilling, and I like my girlfriends and stuff was always just like, you got to stay calm in this class. They brought my parents into the school. My mom, my stepdad was always there, but they talked to her. They had a parent teacher meeting before class, and she told my parents, as long as I don't say anything in her class, I was good. By the end of the class, she was getting into it with another student. She yelled at that student. He called her bitch. He stood up and cussed her out. And everybody in the class laughed. We're kids, we're immature. Everybody in the class laughed. And she pointed me out and said, Jamal, I'm writing you up again. Your parents were just here, and I told you not to say nothing in my class. I just laughed just like everybody else. And I literally started crying. Since I'm telling the story now, I literally started crying. And on my way out the class, I was about to punch her in her face. And I stood there face to face with her, like crying. And my girlfriend was like, come on, come on, come on. And then I left, and my mom called the school and was like, he's never going back into that class. Ever again is he to go back into that class. I don't like her. She don't like him. He's never going back into her class. And so they took me out and they put me in Miss Jackson class, which I asked for. I had seen Miss Jackson around. She took good care of all the other students. So they put me in Miss Jackson class, and I never got in trouble for the most part, I never got in trouble in school again. They put me in Miss Jackson class. She understood me and she protected me. And she told my mom, the reason why he gets in so much trouble is because he's way too smart for these classes. He's too smart, and he needs to be challenged. That's the issue. He finishes his work and then he bothers other kids, or et cetera, et cetera. He's too smart for these kids, so he needs to go somewhere else. He needs to be in that more advanced classes where he has to be challenged. And so my mom listened to her. We transferred out of that school, and I went to another school. Like Miss Jackson really protected me, and we protected her. So we transferred out of that school, and I went to another school, and I was still getting in a little bit of trouble, like a little bit of trouble at this other school, not much. And then at that school, I really just fought more, but like not getting in trouble. I wasn't getting suspended. I would fight like in the bathroom, play fight, and I would rap a lot. So that's how kind of my relationship with that second school. I did get a little bit of trouble in math class, but I was able to play sports and stuff. And then I went to high school, and once I got to high school, my mama put me in this school. It was like an early college program. I wasn't allowed to it was an early college program. So by my junior year, I was taking college classes. I had all honor classes my 9th and 10th grade year, and my junior and sophomore year, I had AP classes. And I really stopped getting in trouble. The root of why I was getting in trouble, and I got in a little bit of trouble in Spanish class in school. I failed Spanish. I took 4 years of Spanish. I failed Spanish so many times. I failed Spanish 1, then I took it again. Then I failed Spanish 2, took it again. But the reason why I didn't get in trouble in high school, the main root of it is when I got to high school, they treat you older. They treat you like you're mature, not necessarily as an adult, but a little bit as if you were an adult. And that was always my problem growing up is I hated people telling me what to do. I still do. I literally cannot stand when people tell me what to do, like, and mean it. Even if it's something as simple as like take the trash out. Like I hate people telling me what to do. And so when you're a kid, you're in high school or when you're in elementary school, I got in a lot of trouble. And in middle school, I got in a lot of trouble. It's because people don't do anything but just tell you what to do. And so I was just super defiant, try to start food fights and everything. And so when I got to high school, people stopped telling me what to do. Like I even had teachers just be like I got in trouble in this one class, or I was having troubles in this one class, and the teacher was like, called a parent teacher meeting, and she wanted all my teachers there so she can tell my mom, so my mom could hear how bad I was in all my classes. This is in high school, like my junior year. She called it in there, and every one of the teachers were like, "No, he's one of my best students. He literally is one of my best students. He does this for me. If I need him to do this, if I need him to do that, he does this for me." And she was like, "Oh, so I guess I'm the only one in that class that he misbehaves in." And my mom's like, "What is he doing?" She was like, "He barely does his work. He seems unenthusiastic. He puts his head on the desk." I like, that's just how I write, bro. Like I just write like this. I write with my head on the desk like this. I'm whatever. But I wasn't getting in no more trouble because they stopped treating me like a kid. One of my Spanish teachers was like, "Listen, I've had Jamal in my class for 2 years. I understand him. I understand he got to get up. He has to walk around. He need his time to talk." And so I just build it into the class for him. So like if I need to get something done, I just ask him to stand up and do it for me. Like I understand. I have ADD. I have like I can't sit still. I do better at it today, but it's tough for me to sit still. It's tough for me to like focus on anything. I have ADD, dyslexia, all that stuff. Like, and this is all self-diagnosed. I cannot say for a fact, but I remember watching the Cosby episode when Theo found out he had dyslexia, and I was like, "Hey, I got that too." That's how I see stuff. But um, I literally just I started understanding who I was as a person, and teachers started catering to my needs, and I stopped getting in trouble. I literally was never in trouble again. I never spent any time in the principal office ever. Like never, ever, ever did I go to the principal office in high school. Security guards were cool with me. I was an athlete. I was a cool guy. I was chilling, bro. I wasn't getting in no more trouble. So that's when now where my wife or anybody see like bad kids, I'm like, they not bad. Y'all just don't understand them. Like kids are just misunderstood. We quick to say that somebody's bad or that they're a problem child. I mean, there are some bad kids out there, but most of them are just misunderstood. Excuse me. And I didn't necessarily like, we had a lot of stuff going on, man. I had a lot of stuff that happened in my life. I think that once I learned how to kind of deal with some of my issues, it was good. I could tell y'all so many school stories. I tell y'all about some of these basketball games we had in the middle of nowhere, or I could tell y'all about how we cheated on the final, the Spanish exam. The entire class cheated on the Spanish exam. Some crazy field trips. I stole at a field trip in middle school, and they banned me from field trips for the rest of my school years. Like they told me, as long as I was in middle school, I can never go to another field trip. I stole from the Renaissance Festival in the dumbest way, the absolute dumbest way. They had like little trinkets They had like little trinkets at the Renaissance Festival, and they had like a dragon that was like a crystal dragon with gold wings, and I wanted it, and I put it in my shoe. So now I'm like limping, like it was literally at the bottom of my shoe, like on the bottom of my shoe, and so I'm getting poked in my foot. And, like, and my teacher said, "I saw you steal that. I saw you put that thing in your shoe. Now you need to go back and tell that lady you stole," which I thought was dumb. She told me to go back and tell that lady I stole from them and let that lady punish me however they see fit. I went back to that lady and told her, I don't want this. And I put it back on the counter. And I stood there for a while pretending to talk to her. And I went back and told my teacher that she told me it's okay as long as I returned it. Why she didn't walk me over there, I have no idea. That's like a movie. In the movie, you'd be like, that'll never happen. The teacher would walk him over there and get him in trouble. Nah, she just let me go over there and tell that lady myself. And then I got back to school and they told me I could never go to another field trip. But Miss Jackson got me to go to a field trip, actually, to Johnson and Wales. It was a culinary school. We had to dress up for it. I never made it to a field trip, though. She only picked like 12 or 15 people, special people, and she put me in that group. I didn't make it to the field trip. I tried. I got derailed. I'm not even getting to that, but I got derailed. I tried, really, really tried. All right, anywho. Did y'all enjoy this story time? I cannot see, I don't know what's up with my chats. Oh, my phone's still running it. I'm gonna have a more, I'm gonna have another bigger story next week. I kind of tamed this one down because it kind of like was, you had the 3-part story time and then you had the feature with my cousin. So I was like, I'm gonna just go solo and tone it down a little bit on the story time this week. And because I was working on that Duval video so long, which I've really enjoyed doing, I kind of was a little bit behind on preparing for this, which I don't do much preparation for this stuff. So what kind of stories do y'all like to hear? Like, what should I include? We still got 7 people in here, and only my man Nate, the only one in the comment section. I be killing y'all with all this talking. Yeah, I am. I'm definitely am bad, kid. Excuse me. So, yeah, I got plenty more bad stories. I was a bad kid, no doubt. My mom would tell you I was terrible. She was so furious about that thing, about me doing that, about that party. But I did grow up. And another thing is, I kind of like my cousin. Now I won't tell his story, but I kind of was like, I don't know. I started kind of mellowing out a little bit. I started kind of understanding that what I wanted to do in life, I wasn't gonna get there by misbehaving all the doggone time. I really wanted to play basketball, so I kind of just stopped. I was never even eligible to play basketball in middle school because I was always suspended or I didn't have the grades for it. So once I got to high school, I knew I had to stop doing that crap. So what kind of stories do y'all like to hear, bro? Because do y'all like the series storylines better, or do you like these one-off block individual stories? Because I got them all. Like, it's still so much stuff. How would I handle my son being bad? I anticipate it, but let me tell you something about this little guy. I anticipated it prior to having a kid. I really thought that I thought that he would be bad. And Nate said series. Cool. Okay. Um, I anticipated him to be like a really bad kid or to grow up to be a bad kid. But today, and he's young. My kid is the calmest kid in the world. He's super chill. He doesn't cry much. He doesn't fuss. Like he is the chillest baby alive. He is so much like I am today. It's crazy. And my wife was the total opposite of me growing up. She was like a perfect child versus my son. Versus me who were bad. So I was like, I really think I'm gonna get, if I ever have a kid, I really feel like I'm gonna pay for this. But he seems to be like who I am now and who my wife is now. So he was not like, he's super chill now. And it just, because he's so much like me now, today, how I am today, I just don't see him changing. But if he is bad, I understand. I would never overreact as much as my mom did or try to be as protective as my mom was or to over discipline. Like, cause none of that stuff helped. It just made me worse. Or maybe it really made me numb to it, made me numb to whoopings, made me numb to punishment. I didn't care. I was never really on punishment. I was on punishment. I was watching TV every day. So I would just try to be more understanding, which me and my wife both are like super chill. And I don't overreact to nothing now. So I won't then either. It's something I was gonna tell you. Oh, he had to get, like, when he was a baby, he was born, he didn't even cry. When he was first born, they got the fluid out of his lungs. He cried for maybe 2 minutes and he literally stopped. My son, after he was born, he cried for 2 minutes and he never made another sound for like 5 or 6 hours. He didn't make another sound. He slept for a couple hours. And then when he woke up, he just was chilling. And he's like that still. He's literally still just like that. He cries here and there, but because, like, I don't know, he's weird. He'd cry if he wakes up. He doesn't even cry if he wake up and nobody there. He'd cry and he wake up and nobody come for like 20 minutes. He would literally just lay in the bed for 20 minutes or in his crib for 20 minutes until somebody comes. And if nobody comes, he just make noises until somebody comes. That's about the only time he cries. Literally. You can do anything to this kid. As long as, if he crying, as long as you just pick him up, he stops. So when he gets shots and stuff, like when he was a little kid, he got shots, he didn't even make a noise. He just was like, okay. And and he got Deanna's out drinking. Uh he got he got shots once. He got shots like last week. He cried for a little bit, then you feed him, he stops crying, he just starts chilling. But last week I decided that we was gonna take him last Tuesday. Like, maybe we're gonna take little man to the park. And this is so fun. I was like, we're gonna take little man to the park. So we put him in like a little baby swing, and he literally was just like, you can get one or two reactions from a baby. Typically, you would get one or two reactions from a baby on the swing for the first time. He's 7 months. You put him on a swing, either he's gonna be frightened out of his mind and cry, or he's gonna be joyful, smiling, laughing. My son was literally on a swing like this. He looked so annoyed that we was there. Like, we was probably at the park for 5 minutes. He went down the slide and he was like, my wife and my wife went down the slide and he came down the slide like this. Like, why are we doing this? And we was all laughing about it later on in the day. And I was showing pictures to my mom and my grandma. And I was showing pictures to my mom and grandma and to my sister. And it was like, why y'all do this to him? Why y'all laughing at him? And he literally just like comes down the slide like, I really wish I could show y'all these pictures, but I'm not. I keep my kid off here. But then then I put that wig on him from the wig review. I put that wig on him. He looked so pissed off to have that wig on. At first, it was like just like me. I put it too far, so he was like, and then you move it back, and he was like, he got big eyes. He was looking at you like why you got this on me, bro? Like Ray's so funny. But if he ended up being bad, it would first of all it'd be a very shocking experience because he's the calmest person in the world today. But um, I don't know, it'd be cool. I won't trip about it. I'm trying to see if if y'all want to see the picture of him in that wig, I'll send it to you on Instagram or something. You gotta ask for it though. I'm definitely not gonna randomly send it out there. I'm trying to see if I still have it in my phone. Surely I do. Maybe I don't. Yeah, but he's really cool. He's only he's like 7 months. He was born in August. Dang, I really don't have that picture. I don't think I deleted it. I think it might just. I think I might have took it on my wife's phone or something. Anywho, thank you guys for joining me. We are going to wrap this live up. Hope y'all appreciated and enjoyed the story time. That's weird. Put that light down. We will be back at it next week again, same time. Also, update. Podcast is coming next Sunday for sure. We are recording our second episode. Actually, we did a test run this previous weekend just to make sure I know how to do everything correctly. And we are going to do an official recording tomorrow. Episode will be up on Sunday. We're gonna get this thing rolling. Appreciate you guys. Love it. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good night. I gotta go work out.